Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from Aula. This is going to be their newest released keyboard, the AG75 Ultra Hall Effect Magnetic Gaming Keyboard. Now, this is going to be for a serious competitive gamers that want the most responsive keystrokes that you can possibly get for competitive or, online gaming, that type of thing. I mean, it's going to work great for any games, but this really, with its magnetic switches, is going to kind of elevate your game. Now, as you can see, the presentation on the AG75 Ultra is insane. It comes in a metal briefcase. We're going to dig into this now, and I'll be right back. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of time to actually unbox this. I usually don't. Usually I just kind of take things out of the box. But since this comes in a metal and carbon fiber type briefcase, it deserves to be shown how you'll receive this once you do purchase it. All of the latches on this and the handles are metal. This is a very nice presentation. As you can see, we've got foam on the top and in the bottom to store your keyboard when it's not being used. And this keyboard is heavy. It's an all aluminum construction keyboard. This thing is a literal tank. We'll get this out of the way, show you some of the other things. You do get a quick operation guide, and this is going to show you all of your function keys and combinations and what they'll do out of the box. Of course, there is software to go with this as well, so that you can dig even further into this and customize things. But out of the box here, this is what that is. And you also get a little bit of a warranty card. Now, underneath here, you're going to get two boxes, and in these boxes, you're going to get a keycap and key switch puller. You're going to get your USB cable and some other things as well. So we'll take a quick look at those, and then we'll continue on. But just the presentation of this is unlike anything that I've seen from any of the keyboards that I've reviewed in the past. We do get some extra magnetic switches here for these, and we'll go into the details of those in just a little bit, but you do get 4 extras. You get a cleaning brush and cloth. There is a brush underneath there as well for keeping your keyboard clean, so that's nice to have. And then, of course, we do get our USB cable here. And we do get a keycap and key switch puller. Now, this is going to be a standard USB Type A to USB Type-C braided cable, so there is no plastic cable here. That's nice that they gave us that. And also this interesting key cap and key switch puller that's a little bit different than just the regular wire ones that you normally see as well. This has kind of got like a press-in style, and I kind of want to show you this because, again, everything that I've seen so far with the AG75 Ultra has been different. You can see here we've got this nice switch puller here, and then you have on the sides, you can, use the traditional wire keycap pullers as well. So you can pull those out, and then you can kind of snap them into place. Overall, the presentation of the unboxing of this is really, really great. Aula has done an excellent job overall. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual keyboard itself. This is an all aluminum construction. It's a 75% keyboard with 81 keys. So you still have like home and delete, page up, page down on the right hand side. Full RGB here, magnetic switches, and you do have that little light with that indentation there. That is going to be for when your caps lock is on, and it also can be customized through the software. This is a very weighty device. Again, all aluminum construction here. It is a complete tank of a unit as far as the AG75 Ultra goes. Now you've got a nice AG75 and Aula logo on the back here. Not much going on the sides. You've got some feet on the bottom to hold it in place, and you do have your spot there for your wired connection. And it is a wired only keyboard. Now there is a button in the center here, and I'll show you. It is pressed in right now, and when it's pressed in, you're going to see almost no keyboard flex whatsoever. But if you want to let that out, you can see that it'll allow you to give you a little bit of keyboard flexing. So if you like to have that little bit of give there, then you can use that. If you do not, you can push it in, and it will actually support the keyboard to almost zero flex there. So that's another interesting thing that they've added to the AG75 lineup here. Overall, I like the overall look of this. I like the fact that it's very heavy. It's not going to move around on your desk if you're playing competitive games or fast-paced games. This is a very well-built keyboard. Okay, so let's take a look at the PCB and, of course, the switches. These are the 8 Treasures Hall Effect switches. You see south-facing RGB here, but they also have north-facing RGB at a lower light, to allow you to see top and bottom, and this can be switched as well. You can see you've got smaller lights at the top. I don't know if you guys will be able to catch this on camera, but when we take a look at the software, you can adjust this and only run the top lights. So if you do want to just run the top lights and not the bottom lights, you can. And for the keycaps, we have our standard PBT double shot keycaps. These can be replaced with any keycaps that you would like. So if you don't like the ones that come stock with this, of course, you can replace them as well. We also, of course, get 4 extra of the 8 Treasures Hall Effect switches. So if you have one that actually does go bad on you, you can replace it. But also, you can replace any of these switches with any other magnetic switches that you like if you don't like the 8 Treasures switches. Now, if we take a close look at the spacebar, you're going to notice that it has its one LED here with the top and bottom, but we also have 8 extra LEDs along the spacebar that can also be turned off or on as well. Another thing is if you need to easily get in and work on your keyboard, the top portion of this can be removed for easy access, and I'll show you exactly how well that works here right now. You can easily take this off with that ball catch, quick release, and magnets here to hold everything in place, and gives you better access. So this is just a great option to have to get down, clean out your PCB if you need to, also get even more room to work on it if you're going to be replacing switches and or keycaps, and replacing this is very simple. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the function keys. Function Y will turn off all of your RGB, so you have that option there. Then you can do function and caps lock. And if you do function and caps lock, you can disable that caps lock indicator key if you want to. We also have that indicator that will allow you to know whether your caps lock is on or off. If you don't want that there, you can disable it as I just showed you, or you can also use the software to change how it looks and disable it as well. Now, function I will take us through almost 20 different animations here, which is really nice to be able to just be able to quickly go through it without having to use the software. But once you find one you like, you can stick with it, do whatever you would like here. So just cycling through some of these for you. Function and arrow up will do your brightness. You've got several steps of brightness all the way to off. And then a function down will lower the brightness. Function left will slow the animation. And a function or right will quicken the animation. So very simple and easy. Now, a function and page down will change it to a solid color. If you want to get out of RGB mode and you just want it to be a solid color, you can do a function and page down for that as well. So if you do function and page down, you'll see that it turns a solid color, and you can cycle through all of these colors until you get back to RGB. So that's the quick setup. It's on that guide, that little card at the top there above the keyboard, but I just wanted to show you as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the web-based software. You can see that you can go to hub.aulacn.com, and as long as you're plugged in via your USB cable, you can select your keyboard here, and you've got several profiles on the left-hand side that you can create and switch between. It starts us off at the lighting tab, and again, we can disable some of these lights, or we can pick a color that we want individual lights to be, and we can make this our own. We can put a different color light on every key if we want, including those spacebar lightings that you have, the extra spacebar lightings. You'll see those at the bottom. Now we do have all of our modes here, and we can switch through all of these modes if we would like to. We can adjust the brightness in steps of 1% all the way down to 0, from 100 to 0, and the speed of the animation again all the way from 1 to 100 or 101 as it shows up here. You can reverse the direction of the animation. We can turn off the multicolor effects, and then we can, if you want it to be green or red or yellow, blue, or any of the shades in between, you can set it right there. And if you want it back to RGB, you just switch it back to on. Now we do have north-facing LED. You can leave that on or off. And again, the more brighter south-facing RGB on or off. So if you want some RGB, but you don't want it to be really, really bright, you can just run the north-facing RGB instead of running both the south and the north, which is really, really nice. So again, that spacebar with those extra lights are here as well. Let's get into the trigger settings here. We've got select all, invert selection, select just the W, A, S, and D keys, or deselect, or we can select individual keys as well for our trigger settings. You can select different types of switches. This is already set up here for the ones that I have, which are the 8 Treasures Hall effect. But if you do get other manufacturers, or you want to try different settings with different switches, you can go in and you can check that out yourself. You do have your press and release sensitivity for your rapid trigger, and again, this goes from 0.001 all the way up to 3.4 millimeters. So you have insane control over your press sensitivity and your release sensitivity here for your triggers. So this is really, really great if you are very knowledgeable about how you like your keyboard to feel when you're pressing and releasing. You really have 0.001 millimeter increments to go through with this. So this is really, really nice to have. You can also sync press and release here as well. And then, of course, under advanced settings on the right, we have our upper and lower dead zones here, and we can go from 0 all the way to 1 millimeter. And again, this is going to be in 0.001 increments, so you can set your dead zones in the upper and lower, and you can also do a switch calibration as well. So what that is going to do is it's going to allow me to type on the keyboard, and as I type like I normally type, it's going to analyze each one, and it's going to try to do all of the calibration automatically for me as I'm typing to fit my personal style, which is really nice as well. If we switch over to Pro settings, there's already pre existing settings for what these pro players use. So if you want to use their setup, you can quick apply this to match what they actually use. So that's pretty cool. If you want to test out what certain of the pro players use, you can do that as well. And there's other people in here as well. So you can use their configurations if you would like to. It's just nice to have pro presets to mess around with. Now, key mapping is, of course, something that you can do on most keyboards here. You can see that if we select a certain key, I can do, keybinds for lighting, special keys, media keys, control keys. So I can do something like a Windows key or a Mac key, or switching profiles. And I can even do mouse keys like left click, right click, middle click, that type of thing. And then, of course, we have our macro list here on the right, and under advanced, we'll take a quick look. You can see that we can, of course, record our macro here and then insert it or bind it to whatever key we want. So you can do macros here. You've got your win base function 1, 2, and 3 layers there. And then we have our advanced key functions here. This is going to be stuff like DKS, like dynamic keystrokes. You can set the bind 1 to 4 functions to a single key bind. You're going to have MPT or a multi-point trigger. You're going to have toggle or TGL for click to toggle on and off. You're going to have SOCD. And what that allows is when you press 2 keys, trigger the one with the deeper press. You're going to have SOCD simultaneous opposing preset priority when 2 keys are pressed simultaneously. You're going to have MT or hold and tap, and of course a release trigger. So you can set this the release trigger another key upon release, which means if I press a key in and I release it, it'll actually automatically trigger another key. So you've got a ton of stuff that you can set here. In performance, we've got Mac mode on or off, polling rating settings. It's already set to 8K, which is the highest. The lowest is 250 hertz, and 8,000 is going to be the highest. And you can set your keyboard sleep timer in increments of 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes, 10, 15, up to 120 minutes, or never, since it's a wired keyboard. You have your user manual in PDF format. You can update your firmware. I'm already on the best or newest firmware, and you can factory reset here. So overall, you've got a ton of customization that you can do through the web-based software, which is excellent as well because you don't have to install any software on your PC to use it. Okay, so there you go. That's my review of the AG75 Ultra from Aula. And Aula has really stepped up their game with this particular keyboard. From the nice metal briefcase that you get to keep this in, to the all metal design of the AG75 Ultra, to the Hall effect triggers that have very precise settings up to 0.001 millimeters. So if you're a competitive gamer or you play a lot of online gaming and you want a smaller sized keyboard that is going to be very precise, then you may want to check out the AG75 Ultra from Aula. I'm definitely giving it a thumbs up. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.